After court adjourned Kanu'S case, Tinubu reportedly reveals one conditions for Nnamdi release. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in and listening to the channel that we got in this morning. As our headline for this morning says here that after the court adjourned Kanu'S case, Tinubu reportedly reveals one conditions for Nnamdi release. As many people are calling for the release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, the special advisor to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on policy communication, Nnamdi, have revealed only one condition that Nnamdi Kanu will foot out before the federal government of Nigeria will release him. He told Nnamdi Kanu that the only thing that the federal government will consider before releasing him is when he renounced Biafra and tell Nigerians that he will not fight for division of the country again. He advised Nnamdi Kanu to repent of these old ways and become born again before he can be considered for freedom from the charges against him, and maintained that the federal government will not release him until he fulfills the condition. This was contained in a press statement issued by Daniel Bala during his executive interview with the journalists on News Central. It could be recalled that many notable politicians from Southeast had told President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu and have meetings with him. When the issues of different pleas for the release of Nnamdi Kanu was brought to Daniel Bala's attention during an interview in News Central, the presidential spokesman said that such pleas could only be considered when Kanu renounces old ways or after a legal process has been concluded. So there are people, they call them born again, right? Do you know how they became born again? They acknowledged their sin and repented. They are forgiven of their sin and became born again. Well, Daniel Bala said that the only thing that will make the federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu is when he renounced Biafra and vows that he will not do it again. Unless there's acknowledgement by the person in question, I am denouncing this. I want to talk about the radicalization. Then government can intervene. You cannot sit where you are holding that thought that is criminal, and then your uncles, your sisters, and brothers are pleading with government to say bypass all protocols and forgive. First of all, we have a judicial system. Nnamdi would have to have gone through the judicial process and be convicted before the president can exercise the presumption. Bala was then asked if it was right to ask Kanu to admit to something that he had not been proven to be true. He said, if you don't admit, then run through the process. If you don't want to acknowledge what's the basis of saying, I want to free him, because some people say this, if you free him, he will handle him. So what am I trying to say is that Nnamdi Kanu is not different from any other average Nigerians. The press who emphasize on the right of the ordinary man, and when they ask government, they will keep saying the ordinary man must talk about the real problem of ordinary people rather than certain individuals that are the symbol of catchphrase and buzzwords. Somebody has to acknowledge the wrongs and say, I want peace with government. I want to renounce what I'm saying. And then you can say, okay, there is evidence to say that this person wants to leave his old ways. And that was what I was said here concerning this headline today this morning, which says here that after court adjourned Kanu's case, Tinubu reportedly reveals one conditions for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Details emerge. Wow. Yeah, before I move on, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, the best you can do right here right now is to tap that subscribe button with the notification bell so that anytime I have a new video, you'll be the first to get notified about it ASAP. I myself, I know that one day Tinubu or his spokesman or any of his people will say something like this. I'm sure that he will say something like this. That's to tell you that you see that political negotiation is not also it's not also a good thing for Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, the best way for Nnamdi Kanu to be released is through this legal process, and it has to be done the right way. Well, Daniel Bala, who is one of the spokesmen for Tinubu himself, said that if Nnamdi Kanu wants to be released, he should denounce Biafra. That one is even impossible at all. Yeah, that one is not possible. Nnamdi Kanu will not denounce anything. He's not denouncing anything. Yes, he's not denouncing anything. If they think that they are smart and they want to play the game under their own rules, then they are wrong. Nnamdi Kanu is not denouncing anything. Nnamdi Kanu said it that Biafra or death. Biafra or death. Biafra or death. So he was serious. I mean, it is his right to agitate for Biafra. Yes, it's Nnamdi Kanu's right to agitate for Biafra. It is his right to agitate for Biafra. I mean, we live in a democratic country. Everybody has the right to protest and right to agitate. And I don't know why the federal government are suppressing. I mean, that is their plan all along. They know that they cannot convict him because they won because of his innocence. So all the prolonged tension is just to frustrate Nnamdi Kanu to just say, okay, fine, I give up. I'm not doing Biafra anymore. Just release me, and they'll say, okay, fine, we release you. That is their plan. If they have to take things legally, they know that the federal government has failed already. Mhm. If they say they want to do things legally, they are failed. So that is their plan. This prolonged detention and this adjournment of his case indefinitely, everything just to frustrate Nnamdi Kanu to give up the Biafra agenda. But I myself, I hope and I pray that God will give Nnamdi Kanu the strength. He should not give up for any Nigerian government. Nothing. He should not even give up. He should not give in to them at all. He should not allow himself to be used by them. I mean, it is clear that they don't want to release this man. If they have to release this man, they have to release him because he does the Biafran secession movement. This is a clear sign that now we're not ready. The Nigerian government are not ready to release him. And I mean, Bawala said it. Bawala said it that until Nnamdi Kanu can denounce his ways, the federal government will say, okay, fine, release him. And Nnamdi Kanu is not really ready to give up Biafra. I mean, agitating for Biafra is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It is right. It is the Nigerian constitution saying that you can agitate since we're a democratic country, you can protest. But the federal government likes to suppress people's rights. The federal government likes to suppress people's rights. Well, it is very, very quite concerning that the federal government are doing things like this. I mean, things are not supposed to be done like this. Telling Nnamdi Kanu that you have to stop this Biafran movement, you have to give up his Biafran movement for the sake of his release. Ah, no, you rather stay there. And the only funny part, if he can't die for prison, that's when Nigeria will be too small to hold Southeast, and the whole of Nigeria. I mean, Nigeria will be too small. That's when Civil War 2 may break out. Because now that this man is innocent, federal government knows release him, but they're just frustrating him so he can say, so he can give up his boyfriend agenda so it's for his release. No. He's in jail because he's fighting for everybody. And everybody will be at his side. Drop a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Then tap the subscribe button as we go on with notification bell. So that anytime of any new video, you'll be the first to get notified about it. Once again, thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful day ahead of you.